Well, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie and I am the On Point Stitcher. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today and for stopping by for my second Flosstube. This is my second Flosstube. Today is December 18th and I am so glad you are here. And I want to take a minute to say thank you for all of the likes and comments and warm wishes, all the subscribes, and for being greeted so warmly into the Flosstube community. I want to say thank you to Debbie from Creatively Yours, to Jemima the Rocking Stitcher, and to Danielle the Cardiff Stitcher. Thank you ladies for the shout outs on your channels, for all the sweet and kind things that you had to say, for sending people my way, and for loving on me and encouraging me. I truly am blessed and am very thankful for all of you. So I do have one question that I would like to answer today, and the question comes from Wendy, and her question was, what took you so long? She's asking what took me so long to come to Flosstube. Well, to be honest, I think it is kind of the same as everyone else. The nerves, being a little nervous, being a little scared, being a little afraid of trolls and maybe someone being unkind, and so it's been a little hard to decide to put myself out there. And the other thing is I'm a little dyslexic, and so it's a little hard for me to speak and say things. My dyslexia is, everyone's is different, but mine is, I have trouble speaking sometimes. I will switch words around, I'll switch letters around, I will combine words, and so sometimes, especially if I'm nervous, it comes out a little more, and so that's a lot to do with it, and I'm also a little shy, so yeah, that's it right there in a nutshell. But it has been encouraging to be here. So I'm hoping that with time and maybe putting these together a little more often, I'll get more comfortable and my dyslexia will kind of subdue a little bit. So here's hoping, and let's get into what I've been working on. So the first thing that I have for you today is my December Cottage by Country Cottage Needleworks. I stitched this one on 25 count linen. It's just natural linen that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I stitched this one 2/2 with all the called for DMC, and I put it on this really cute, it's a wall hanging that I found at Hobby Lobby, and it has some it has a design in metal on the back, and so I put magnets on the back of my sticky board and am able to switch out my cottage every single month. And the bow I made out of ribbon that I found at Michael's. And I stitched that one in July for Jolly July. The next finish that I have for you is my other daughter's stocking. This one is a Boyd's Bear stocking, and I stitched this one on 14 count Aida 2/2. And this one I started about 5 or 6 years ago, and I didn't have all of the supplies, so it would come in and out of my rotation. I didn't have the called for beads, I didn't have the Krynic, and I didn't have the charms that it called for, and so I couldn't find the charms, and so I got a little creative and I found a pair of earrings that I had in my jewelry box that I don't wear very often, and they looked very similar to the charms that they were calling for, so I pulled them apart and put the stars on there instead. So there's that one. I did finish my other stocking. This is my heirloom stocking. And this one I finished, I let my daughter pick out the fabric. It's a really pretty sparkly blue. You can't really see the sparkles, But this one I finished, and I added the cording in a few days ago. I was going back and forth on how I wanted to do the edges, and I used the same cording that I used on my Boyd's Bears stocking that I finished last year, and I had just been going back and forth. I wasn't sure if I liked it or if she would like it. I didn't know if it matched enough, and she said, no, I really like it. Can you use that cording? So this one is all done, and it can be hung up as well. The next finish that I have for you, I did in fact finish my November cottage of the month. So here's this one, and this one is also on the 25 count linen 2/2, all called for DMC. And this one I was about 10 minutes from finishing. I was doing this brown border down here, and these two motifs I had accidentally stitched one stitch down too low, and I considered leaving it, but they would have been sitting on the brown border, and so the whole thing would have just looked crooked, and so I frogged them and redid them. But by that time I just wanted it to be done. You know how sometimes you just kind of get in that, okay, I'm ready for this one to be done. But it's done. I have some new starts. This is the Brooks Books Advent Animals, and I saw this for the first time on Sarah, the Stitching Mommy's Flosstube last year, and she is going to do hers as a flip book, and I decided to do them as a calendar. So this year, I very last minute decided to do this, and so I had some 18 count Aida on hand, and I had some blue, royal blue RIT dye, so I really quickly dyed my fabric and started this on December 1st. So every morning before work for my morning stitching, I do a border, I do the snow, and I do the number. And so I am up to, I didn't do today, I'm up to day 17, so I'll be working on that a little bit later today. So as you can see, I'm doing just one border in between each one, and it will go down here. I am parking my my border flosses as I go, just to make it a little faster. I'm thinking maybe next year I'll do the animals for Advent, but don't hold me to that because I'm not quite sure if that's what I'll be able to do. So depends on next year and what my plans are for next year. My other new start is a Doreen Jones. She's on Etsy, and she had a Black Friday sale, and I could not say no to her gingerbread men. They are my favorite type of gingerbread men, with the big kawaii eyes and the cute little round belly. I just love them. So I am stitching right now just the little gingerbread man with the tree, and I'm working this on 22 count Hardinger, and it's my first time working on Hardinger, and I am finding it a little bit challenging for myself to work on because I like to sew in hand or stitch in hand with the sewing method, and I can't do that on this one because the stitches sometimes slip and then they lay funny. So I am stitching this one in a hoop now. Okay, so let's talk about stitch-alongs that I've been working on. This pamphlet is called Butterfly Fairies, and you can find this one on Amazon. And we are stitching the Night Fairy. So there's the Day Fairy and the Night Fairy, both in this pamphlet. I got mine from Hobby Lobby several years ago. And I'm stitching this one with Diane and Debbie and Jemima and Alice. Hi Alice. If you have this pattern, you are more than welcome to join us and stitch along. The hashtag for this one on Instagram is Sunday Night Fairy Sal. If you have another fairy and you'd like to stitch along with us on Sundays anyway, you can use the hashtag Sunday Fairy Sal and stitch with us. So since I saw you last, I put in 2,845 stitches. And I have been working in the wing. So I don't think she had her wing at all the last time I saw you, and I'm stitching this one on 28 count Monaco. Some of it is 1/2 and some of it is 2/2. It just depends on what the pattern calls for, and I absolutely love stitching on this one. It is just so relaxing. The colors are really beautiful together, and it just flows. The stitching flows from one color to another, and it is just a joy to stitch on. I'm really enjoying this one. So there's that one. The other stitch along that I'm working on is the Sheena Pike Sal, and that one is on Instagram, and I started this one with some friends there, and I would love to invite you to stitch with us. If you have a Heaven and Earth Sheena Pike or a Charting Creations Sheena Pike, you are more than welcome to join us. We stitch together and show our progress on Tuesdays so that we can keep up with one another. And the hashtag for that is just Sheena Pike Sal, and it's any Sheena Pike. She retired from Heaven and Earth this year, and I was so sad to see her go, and I had several of her things on my wish list, and I was only able to get one, so I got her Autumn Dragon. So this is the one that I'm working on. I love autumn and autumnal colors, and so that one just kind of jumped out at me, and I was really excited about doing that one. So, oh, and I made this project bag for this one while I was visiting for Thanksgiving. So now I have a project bag for it. I worked on this one, like I said, on Tuesdays, and I am now up to 9.25%, and I'm stitching this one on 25 count Lugana. It's called Stormy Clouds, and I'm stitching it 2/1. I wanted the colors to really show through, and so that one is nice and bright. It's a little harder to stitch on because it's a little thicker, but that one it's so pretty. So that one I am stitching in the tail right here. I'm stitching in the tail, and I'm going to follow along down to the tail and go from there. I'm not sure where I will go from there, but I don't have all the colors. I don't have very many of the yellows, and so I'm not able to do the belly or anything right now. So I'm going to stick with the colors that I do have and follow the tail. Okay, so my December piece that I have been working on is my Heaven and Earth Designs Walk as One by Jody Bergsma, and this one I'm stitching for my husband. He picked that one out, and I'm stitching this one on 25 count Lugana 1/1. This one I still have on the Q-snap because I stitch on this one a lot since it is my focus piece for December. So this one is at 10.17%, and I am now just getting into the reindeer. This is the beginning of his antlers, and this will be his ear in this area, and this is the beginning of his face. This will be his nose. So that's where I am on that. Oh, and this needle minder was some of my first stitchy kindness. Someone had sent me some needle minders she was on Facebook. And she said she had too many and was looking for people to give them away to, and she reached out to me when I said I would love one. So, okay, that is all my stitching that I worked on, but let's talk about plans. So this is my January cottage of the month from Country Cottage Needleworks. I have it all kitted up, and I am hoping to start this one on December 26th, so after Christmas, and if I can manage it, I would love to have this one finished by January to have it up. And we will see how that goes. And then I do have plans for a New Year, New Start. I will be hopefully starting MC Escher's High Low, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This one this is the big project that I was telling you all that I have been trying stitching different ways to figure out how I like to stitch and what I like to stitch on before I started, because this one is so big. I didn't want to start it in a way that I didn't like or anything like that, and so I will be stitching this one on 28 count Monaco 1/1, and I chose 28 count 1/1 because this is a very large piece and I wanted to make it just a little bit smaller, and so I decided to go with this. And even after all of that trying out, I actually haven't done anything 1/1 on 28 count, so this is still going to be a new journey for me. I have about 4 of the colors, and I need to get lots more colors. It only has 40 colors in it, but I want to try to get all of the colors at the same time, because I want to try to get them all in the same dye lot, just in case there's any difference, because there's so many of these sections that look like they have a lot of block color, and I would hate to be working in a block section and have variation that is a little obvious. So I'll be starting that hopefully January 1st, and that will probably be my focus piece for the rest of January, and we'll go from there. Okay, the last thing that I would like to do today is I would like to do a giveaway. So today I will be giving away a chart to this fabulous stocking. I bought this chart for my daughter, well, for myself to make it for my daughter, and I got it off of eBay, and I thought I was getting the entire magazine, but the seller only sent me this part of the magazine, and I don't want to resell it, because you're supposed to sell the entire magazine, and I want to make sure that it goes to a lovely stitcher that would like to stitch this piece. And so today I will be giving this away, and I actually have 2 copies of this, because when I purchased this pattern, I misplaced it. Not even kidding, I misplaced it. I looked for a month trying to find it. I looked through all of my normal places, and I found it when I was about 3/4 of the way through. And I was like, I thought I was going crazy. I thought I had it. Maybe I just dreamt that I had it. I did not. So, so this is the original one that I bought, and it actually comes with 2 stocking patterns. I think this one is called Sugar and Spice, but it comes with this one as well. It's the same background. So in the other one, this is the same background of the room, and then the difference is you have the angel and the name is different. So it comes with both of these, and because this is just paper, I am more than happy to send it to anywhere in the world. So in the comment section, if you would like to win or have a chance to win this pattern, just use the word stocking. Don't use the word free or giveaway. That's what people type into the YouTube search bar when they want to put their name in for a free giveaway so that they can just get it and resell it. And I don't want that to happen. I want one of you to win this pattern. So if you would like to win it, please comment and like the video, be a subscriber, and I will do a random name on my next Flosstube. That is all that I have for you today. I am truly thankful that you made it to the end, because I did not announce that there would be a giveaway until the end of the video. So thank you again for being here with me. Thank you so much for supporting me, for loving on me and encouraging me. And I will see you in my next one. And really quickly, I would love to just wish you all a wonderful rest of your December. A rest of the year is almost over, you guys. I can't believe that we're already to start the next year, the next chapter in our lives. It is coming on fast, and so as my shirt says, Merry everything, and I wish you a Happy New Year, and I will see you next year. Bye, you guys.